Now that we have learned a little bit about lipids and the category of lipids that we're going to be studying, triglycerides, let's conduct our scientific application lab. What we are going to be doing is trying to solve our fat predicament. Do peanuts really make you fat? And then we're going to be culminating our research and drawing some conclusions and learning what kinds of fat peanuts really have and the whole science behind them. So, let's get started. To conduct our lab, what we are going to be doing is extracting the fat from peanuts using a fat dissolving agent called hexane. So, what we're going to do is, to a very large test tube, add whatever mass amount of peanuts we want. In this case, we massed 1.19 grams of peanuts. They are 3 peanuts. We then crush them in a mortar and pestle into a very fine paste. We then added the crushed peanuts to the very large test tube. To this test tube, we are going to now add hexane. The amount does not matter. So it fits, all of our solution fits on a watch glass, are first going to add 2 milliliters of hexane to the big test tube. We will stopper the test tube, shake it vigorously for about 30 seconds so that all of the hexane comes in contact with the peanuts in the test tube and does as much dissolving of fats as possible. We are going to let the test tube sit for about a minute, just so all of the solid particles not dissolved by the hexane can settle to the bottom and only the liquid is at the top. The liquid is basically dissolved fat and hexane. We are now going to decant this test tube. We're going to only transfer the solution, only the solution, not any solid particles, to another clean test tube and put it aside. We are going to have left some solid particles of peanuts on the bottom. We're going to say, I think this contains a little bit of fat. So, just as an insurance policy, we're going to add a little bit more hexane so that we can dissolve all of the fats that may have been left behind the first time. We're going to add the hexane, about 2 milliliters again, stopper the test tube, and shake vigorously for a minimum of 30 seconds. We will repeat our decanting process, only transferring the liquid, hexane and fat, to the test tube that we previously transferred our liquid contents to. We now have all of the fat found in peanuts plus a hexane solution in this test tube. We will now mass a watch glass. It masses at 28.63 grams. To the watch glass, we're carefully going to transfer the liquid contents of the test tube very carefully so none of it spills. We will put this under a hood for overnight so all of the hexane can evaporate, and the next morning all that's going to be left is the fat, because fats can't evaporate. Everyone knows that. Only the hexane, which is a nonpolar solution, evaporates, much like alcohol, which evaporates very, very fast. Hexane takes a little bit longer. So, once we have left it overnight, which feels like forever, we're going to now mass the watch glass. Our fat finding is going to be found in another video that basically solves our fat predicament using scientific calculations as well as algebra.